Hi guys, Little Lady here. Right, so it is Thursday night, so I'm going to do a nice quick midweek meal for me and Ian. So I'll bring you down, I'll show you the ingredients. It's going to be orzo with feta and bacon. Right, so what I've got is I've got some more of that cooking bacon that I had left over that I got from Lidl's. Now the original recipe to this is purely vegetarian, so if you want to leave the bacon out, that's fair enough, and then just use vegetable stock instead of chicken stock. Okay, so like I say, I've got the bacon, got a bit of onion, some Greek feta, some cherry tomatoes which I'm just going to cut in half, got some mint there. I'm just adding this, you don't have to, this is completely optional. That's some Kashmiri chili flakes just for us, an onion, I don't know if I've already said that, some baby spinach, some parsley. I have the juice and the zest of a lemon. I do have some garlic granules and some oregano, and of course your salt and pepper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cook off the bacon. Now what it is I've got 150 grams worth of bacon there. Put in, like I say, as much or as little as you like. I'm going to be using 300 grams of this orzo. I'm going to use 150 grams, or near enough. I think it went to 155 with a little tomato. You can never get bang on with stuff like this. So roughly 150 grams. I've got half it, but our onions were absolutely massive. So I've got half an onion there, so just a medium onion. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of chili flakes, about half that pack. That pack's 240 grams, so about 120 grams of baby spinach. I'm going to put in just a bit of parsley just at the end as well with the mint. About a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon of oregano, and like I say, the juice and the zest of the lemon. And I'm going to put in about half a pack of this Greek feta. So that's the measurements that I'm going to use. Now, I got this orzo pasta from M&S when I went into town a few weeks ago, when I took yous with us. Now, this is a bit of a bane of contention. I've only ever seen it in M&S or Waitrose before. I've never seen it anywhere else. So I paid £1.20 for this 500 gram bag. And then 2 days later, goes into Aldi. They've got the same size bag for 65 pence. So as you can quite imagine, I wasn't impressed. But anyway, let's get on with it. Nice, quick, easy one, this one. And I'll start cooking the bacon off. Right, so I'm just going to get the bacon in here. I have had this warming up, but just on a low heat. Going to get that nicely warmed up, and then we'll come over and we'll start chopping up all the veggies that we need. Right, so like I don't know if you can hear, but the bacon's on. This is this half of onion that I had in the fridge. Just going to put that into there. I've weighed out the 300 grams of orzo. Now anybody that doesn't know what orzo is, it is a pasta. It's not rice. I know it looks a bit like rice, but it's a pasta, and it's really easy to cook. So midweek, it is so easy. So I'm just going to chop up the onion. Oh, well, I don't want that bit anyway. Right, so I'm just a home cook. I don't do any fancy cooking. This is just what I do. I know you can leave, nearly lost them all. I know you can leave the ends on and all of that business, but to be honest, I just can't do it. I've tried so many times, and it's just not for me. But to me, in cooking, as long as you get there in the end, it doesn't matter how you get there, is it? And then I'm just going to half these tomatoes, and then after this it's an assembly job. once the bacon's nice and crispy, tasty, we'll get the onions in. Get them softened down. Making sure I've got them all. Oh, Mr. One. Right, that's them all done. So I'll come back to you once the bacon's crispy. Right, so I'm just going to take this out. I've never put any fat in this pan, guys. All this is the fat that's come off the bacon itself. To be honest, there's not even a lot there. Just going to tip this a little bit. It's about as much as there is, not a lot. I just need that little bit of fat there to do the onions. And get all of this out without losing that little bit of fat. Right, I'll get that bit off the countertop in a second. I'm going to put that to one side. Thing is, get the onions in and just let them sweat down until they're lovely and soft. And I'm going to do it until they're nice and soft, because the fact that once this starts to cook, it's so quick. We don't want big bits of crunchy onions. So I'll probably let this go for about 10 minutes. You can use onion granules instead, spring onions, shallots. I'm just using this, it's because what we've got in the house. Right, so I'll bring you back when they're nice and soft. Right, so these have been going for about 10 minutes now. What I did do is, as I did put a little splash of water in there and put the lid on, because there's very little fat in here, they weren't really softening down that much. But they are lovely now, and you can see it's just starting to get a little bit of colour. So I'm going to turn this up slightly, and I'm going to pop the tomatoes in. Just want to blister those just a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in now. A little bit of pepper. I mean, these are tiny spoons, these. They might look bigger on there, but they are tiny. I'm going to get these tomatoes softened just a little bit. I don't know if you can see the difference. That's a teaspoon and that's that, so it's smaller. So I'm going to put in a teaspoon of the Kashmiri, which is not as hot as ordinary chilli flakes anyway. I'm going to put in, oh, this is a new one, I didn't even take that off. A little bit of teaspoon of garlic granules. And a teaspoon of oregano. Right, so bacon can go back in now and all the fresh fruit juices as well. All that in there. Now we put in the Orzo. Let that toast off just a little bit, it's like you would do a risotto. Let's get all the flavours in there. see it's now all coated with the flavours, with the onion, the garlic, tomatoes. And then we want 800 mils of stock. Right, I'll get all that off there, look. Right, looks very watery, but don't forget that Orzo is pasta, so it is going to soak up that. So I'm just going to turn that down, pop the lid on, probably about 10 minutes, and then it's just a matter of adding a few more bits and pieces in. Right, so that's 90% absorbed on there. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lemon zest in. The smell of that, so fresh. And the half a bag of spinach. This will wilt right down. Seems like a lot. Let's see, that's about half the bag. Put that in there. See, it'll start, looks like a load of spinach there, but it will wilt right down. You see, this was supposed to be a baked one, but I didn't really want to put the oven on just for a few minutes. And you can do it just as easily on the hob. There we go, it's starting to wilt right down now. Smells lovely with that orange zest and everything. Right. Orange juice, sorry, lemon juice. And the other one. Going to get a little spoon and just check it for salt and pepper. Oh, it's lovely and bright with that lemon juice in. Do you know, I think that salt and pepper that we put in at the beginning with the saltiness of the bacon and the stock, I think that's perfect. So I'm just going to, I know you hate the banging, but I need to get it off. Right, so it's just the matter of crumbling in a little bit of this feta, if I can actually get the packet open. Use a little bit of water in feta. I'm just going to put it in this little bowl here. That's it. If you don't like feta, leave it out. You can use something else, a bit of halloumi, maybe some mozzarella, some cheddar even. Whatever it is that you want, make it yours. I'm going to use about half this block. Oh. And I did put some of that chili flakes in. Just have a little bit of a tingle on the tongue, but it's not blow your head off or anything. Right, so it's just the matter of putting the lid on that for about 5 minutes, and that's it, it's all done. Right, so that's all absorbed now, and the feta's nice. I think you can see it's nice and gooey on the top. So I have the parsley and the mint. Just go right over. Maybe it's a little bit too much that I've done there. Right, so it's just a matter of plating up and then it's having a taste. Right, so I'm just going to put it into a bowl. Oh, sorry about that. As you can see, it's absorbed all of that liquid, all of that flavour. Right, so there we go. It's about time to have a taste. Right, so it's me that's going to be taste testing this tonight. And as you can see, it's got a nice little crusty bit on the edge there, which is just all flavour. But it's still nice. It's not, hasn't absorbed too much. I'm just going to have a bit, see if I can get a bit with everything on. Oh, that's very hot. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Oh, that lemon really comes through, and the mint, it just freshens it right up. So I'm going to have that little bit of crusty bit there. So this was ready really within start to finish for about 20 minutes because that orzo cooks so quickly and it absorbs all the flavours. I'm going to have one more with a little bit of spinach, a little bit of feta. Just on the edge you can see how hot it is. Mmm. Mmm. That's really rather nice. So for a midweek meal, quick, easy, tasty, that's all you want. So, well, I'm going to get off and finish this. So thank you very much for watching, subscribing, and press that like button. Makes a big difference. See you later, guys. Bye.